What's going on, guys? Michael from GPURisers.com, and today we are in the bunker. And if you guys saw the other previous videos, we did take off our heat box because we are going to actually be moving this wall right over here filled with all of our boxes right now. We're going to be moving this over, kind of over there-ish, near the power meters there, or the meter boxes, I'm sorry. And we are going to be moving this box that we have against this wall, and we are going to cut it out and shoot all the heat through there instead of using what we previously used, which is this turbine that is pulling in air, or an inline duct that's pulling it in all the way through these tubes, all the way out through the back of the bunker. Now, in the back of the bunker, there is a large fan, CFM fan, that's just blowing all the hot air out, but this is actually kind of like a heat room back here, so that's kind of going to be used instead of this box thing that we made, just for, it makes it a lot more simple to do it that way. But you guys can see how it's going to be set up. The one thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be taking out the cards from our Octominer X12s and putting them into our GPURisers R8. Now, the reason for this is there's nothing wrong with the Octominer X12s. It actually works great with low wattage cards, including these 6700 XTs over there. However, you guys can see right here the clear height difference. We have a clear height difference, and we need to move up this bottom shelf to make it even there, and I actually think we might be able to include some on the bottom there. I have to figure that out, but first things first, I do want to go ahead and get some of these cards transferred out just so that they're mining and they're running while we are going to be changing around this box. And you can see our PDUs stacked up there. We have two 30 amp PDUs. So I do want to get these switched out of the X12s, again, just so that we can kind of have them running while we're doing all these changes and while we're cutting out this wall. Hopefully that can all be done in one day. I do not want to stick my hand into this. I've been having nightmares about that, but I think we'll be okay. But I do want to keep them on while we're doing all this. It shouldn't take more than a day, but we do have some actual rigs behind this wall in the heat box, lower end cards, 6600 XTs and stuff like that, that we are going to have to move out, and those are actually going to be placed right over here. We do actually have a PDU right here, which we are going to keep, and we are going to be switching out our 3070 Ti's into R8s. We might keep one in the Omega, I'm not sure yet, but we want enough power that we can move those 6600 XTs in the back over to the front here. It should be a lot less power that's being generated. You can see some 3080s right here. We actually have two 3080 Founders editions that we're gonna put into an R8, so that's going into an R8 as well. And we also have some 3090s over here. I don't know what to do with those yet. I might honestly sell them off. I am not 100% sure because, again, we already have a R8 right here filled with 8 of them. So that's kind of all the 3090s I really want at this point. So really, this video is going to be me swapping out our 6700 XTs from the Octominer X12 and throwing it into a GPURisers R8. And I can show you guys a little comparison of the total spacing between the cards and everything like that, just in case you guys are wondering whether to go with a 8 card or a 12 card. So that said, let me go ahead and open one of these out. I'll plop it right next to here so you guys can start seeing it. So we'll be back in a second. All right, guys, we are back. We have both of the R8s open. I put one over there on the rack, and we have the other one right here. So now I am going to go ahead and take 8 of these 6700 XTs and put them in this one and get that one all ready to go. I'm gonna put the other 4 in here. We do have another 4 getting delivered in a couple of days, so we will be able to fill both of these up. All right, guys, we are back. I got all of the cards all hooked up here. You guys can see the spacing here. It's pretty significant compared to the X12 that we have over here. It's not so bad in the X12. It's not a whole lot more spacing, but it's enough that for cards that are higher powered, I would highly suggest going with the R8. However, I want to be clear that these cards, these 6700 XTs, ran flawlessly in the X12. There's no heat issues, no anything like that, not even close. So the amount of air that moves through these things is just, it's more than is enough for these cards. I believe these cards pull about 85 watts, 80 watts, maybe 90 watts, somewhere around there. So having 12 is just fine in these cases, but again, for the reasons I stated earlier in this video, having the same height for all of these and potentially having a bottom row for them as well, I am converting them over to the R8s for these. But you can kind of tell the spacing right here. I'm not sure if it'll show up in video all too much, but when you look at the bar difference size, you can see that these are a lot larger. I would probably say about a 1/4 millimeter. I mean, not a 1/4 millimeter, I'd probably say about a 1/4 slot larger, maybe a 1/2 slot. But you know, they're working with our 3090s. It is super hot for them, but you know, for these, I'm confident that these will run really, really, really cold, even while being in a pretty, you know, hot ambient environment. So now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get these 4 out. I'm going to throw them off to the side, not throw them, but I'll place them off to the side, get them ready for the other R8 that we have over here that we are going to load up. I do need to, I should turn this on, make sure it runs all fine. I did swap over the SSD. I am going to rename it. This still says X12 on it on miner stats, so I don't want to get confused down the road. So I'm going to go ahead and reflash that. I just need to copy the settings over real quick. AMD does have like 5 or 6 different settings that you use. It's not so much like, you know, NVIDIA where it's, you know, just a memory and a, you know, a power limit or a locked core or whatever it may be. So I am going to do that, but I'll go ahead and turn this on, make sure that it works and gets fired up. Looks like all the fans are working. Working, the CPU fan is working on the motherboard card. So yeah, that's going to be everything for this, guys. I'll go ahead and do a video on this a little bit later, just an 8-card 6700 XT rig, you know, my thoughts on it and everything like that. These cards are extremely efficient, and you know, I'm very, very optimistic about how they will do after, you know, post-merge on Ravencoin. But yeah, that's going to be everything for this video, guys. I'm just going to continue to update you guys on how we were doing this wall in the back there and kind of transforming this area and everything like that. So if you have any questions, you know, related to this or anything, really, just drop a comment down below. And also, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you guys think is best, you know, 8 cards or 12 cards. You know, the reason why we're doing this is, one, of course, we want to keep this all the same level. We could have done, you know, 2 racks actually, you know, one with R8s, one with X12s. But I didn't want to buy another 8 of these currently because we're going to have to buy some more 3060 Ti's because we have 12 of them in there. So I just wanted to buy another 4, and then, you know, this way we have a total of 16 of them, and we can have them on 2 separate rigs in case one fails. It's not the entire rig. So yeah, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please drop a comment down below with, do you prefer the 8? Do you prefer the 12? Why or why not? I'd love to hear what you guys think. But that's going to be everything for this video, guys. I hope everyone watching this has a great rest of their day, and we'll see you guys next time.